Now, when I started doing these videos, I knew absolutely nothing about what I was doing, and the videos were terrible. There's a fact. I'm beginning to know a little bit more, and they're getting a little better. Today, I took out an old set of headphones that I thought had a microphone in them, and they happened to plug into my camera. And I tried them, and they work. So I don't have to yell and shout now right at the camera, which gives me the option of moving back a bit or taking shots I couldn't take before because I couldn't bend my head down to where the camera was. That's a good deal. Which is why I'm up where I am today. And where I am is on the roof of our house. You can see the cement roof in front of me. It slopes down. I was curious how it looked. There's pictures I have posted of me on top of the roof with Cooper, our red Doberman, and I'm feeding him papaya, and we're having a grand old time. But Cooper, because when he was a puppy, we lived in a house that had only a front door, and it had stairs. Not too steep, regular type stairs, made out of bamboo. And if he wanted to get in and out to use the CR, he quickly had to learn how to use stairs. So Cooper would come thundering around the corners up here and come to the cement stairs that we have at the side of the roof. The house is built into the ground and into a bit of a hill, so you can get onto the roof fairly easy. And he'd come thumping up those stairs at a full run, and he'd go into the air about 3 feet, 4 feet, land on the roof, and just have fun up here. Rusty never has got used to stairs. He won't come up. So, that you may see him in the video. But here I am, in the morning, after my coffee, shooting a video from the roof, and it has changed so much. You're looking the left-hand side, you can see our cement wall. That part of our wall is a good 3 meters tall. We had an earthquake came up and wiped out part of the wall, but we've got it blocked in so that nothing can get in except maybe a rat and a snake, which is kind of cool. And in the center of the camera, where the focus is, you can see the office. You've heard me talk about that. Behind the office, I'm going to move this over just a bit. There you go. Now, if I take this and I do this, oh yeah, we're moving in, there. Okay, you can see some blue mosquito netting, blue-green. That's where our tomatoes are. And to the left of that mosquito net and behind the office is the upper pond. I'm going to pull the shot back out. Slowly, Brian, slowly. There you go. Movement time. Here we come. Moving around. Now, there. This shot shows you the round hole in our roof. It was originally open. It let the sunlight in. The theory was sunlight comes in, the patio is beautiful. Side benefit was that at Easter, the full moon was directly above that circle in our roof, and you could come out and watch it, and the whole patio was lit up by moonlight, and it was the spring equinox. It was Easter, it was Passover. It was really, really neat. I enjoyed that. Now, what you're looking at here, folks, you can see our garden there, and it's focused a little to the back. You can see that first line of bushes that sort of looks, well, it goes up and down like a mountain, a small mountain range. That has got the sayote. I have done a word mime in my head. Coyote, sayote. Sayote is the name of the vegetable slash fruit that's growing there. Looks like a pear, eats like an apple, and cooks up like a potato. It's really kind of neat. It had just taken over the bushes that were there. In those bushes, though you can't see it, is a papaya that's growing. The left-hand side, sticking up, you can see some branches above the rest of it, really close to the office. That is a rambutan tree, I believe, that we trimmed down that's growing up. It's growing up a little high because of the power lines. We'll have to keep it trimmed down. And behind that, we have our lanzoni trees, which are hidden. You have to know what you're looking at to see them. Some bamboo, and behind our bamboo is the neighbor's bamboo, which means we've got this marvelous protection from super typhoons that come our way. It really does make a difference. Now, I'm going to continue my trip around. I have no idea. Now we're getting, well, there's more of the garden. Now, we have got some bamboo right there that's just come in and into focus. That's Buddha bamboo. It's beside the edge of our roof. It gives us protection from people throwing stones at our windows. It happens, folks. Boy, it's just really nice up here. I rather like it. What am I doing for, there's my glasses. How am I doing for time? I'm doing excellent. All right, now, you have seen everything except, I'm going to bring it back slowly. You've heard me talk of the giant butong bamboo. Well, there's the office, all right? That's a single-story structure with a high roof line. I would say the peak of the roof to the ground is 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meter, 4 meter, 5 meters tall. That's just for reference for size. All right, I'll move it over a little more. Okay, there. There's our wall, there's the office. Now, if I do this properly and slowly, and I am doing it slowly, it may even be properly. The first little bit of green there is rambutan tree, the bright green. But as we come up from that, we get into dark green. That's bamboo. Giant butong, which is growing back from when we cut down. Now at the bottom of the screen, there's the roof. That roof was 5 meters above ground level. And we're looking way, way up. It's going to go out of the screen entirely. And we're going to keep going up. Up, 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 up. And there, my good friends, ladies and gentlemen, with a little bit of blue sky behind it, is the top of the giant butong. Now that's got to be 100 feet tall. When we cut that down, we get lots of building material. It's not exactly what you'd call for free. It comes with a price. The roots have gone into the garden, which is why we now garden with pots. I'm going to try to take this in. I don't know that there. Okay. Now that's looking good. Okay. Focus nicely. Giant butong. The yellow leaves to the left are the neighbor's fruit tree. I forget the name of it, but it is a deadly fruit. It's like a pineapple with attitude, and it grows on a really tall tree, and when it falls, it can hurt you. It's that fruit that tastes like heaven and smells like hell. Well, memory's gone. Myra would tell me the name if she was up here, but she's not. So I'm going to take this up with the close-in focus. There's back to where we were. Get a better view of the bamboo. Okay, coming back down. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to do this slowly. there we are with the bamboo that has grown up and over and hanging down. There's the rambutan tree and the office. All right, now I'm going to bring it down, 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 down. There. I'm going to bring it over. And you can see at this point, I'm going to make it a little brighter. There. Oh, going the wrong way. A little brighter. There. Okay. Good. You can see that there's a path between the garden and the office. Now my electric scooter gets in down that path nicely. And Rusty will run around it. I bring it in. We're on close-up, as close as we can go. We have got... All right, it's on autofocus. Leave it there. The flat green on the bamboo are bitter gourds. They're already producing. There are 3 of them that we have wrapped up to keep the bugs away. To the left of that is the mosquito net that looks like a giant condom, inside of which are the peach eye, a lettuce-like vegetable, green leaf. In the blue-green one, just to the right of that, you will find the strawberries, which are getting very tasty. Not many at once, but tasty. Now, below, to the right of the sayote, you see some flat bamboo woven, looks sort of woven from here. That is another growing grid, for lack of a better term. About 8 feet below that in a hole, we have got squash growing. I think 3 plants. The theory is it grows up to that. It's easy to get to, and you can get your fruit off the vine without a problem. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're hoping. Now, in the background, the left mosquito net. No, make it the center one, because there's 3 in the background. One that's got the tomatoes. To the right of that, behind the sayote, is another small one, which has got a dozen eggplants in it. To the right of that, we have got a mosquito net that covers the pepper plants, I believe, have gone in there. And if I continue to bring it over, there you go, just that little bit, you can see our cement path, walkway. It goes around behind the garden, between the sayote and the background mosquito nets, the 2 green ones in the background. There's a stone path that goes up there, and you've seen me refer to it in a video as the new tunnel we have created. And it is indeed a tunnel. Now, the one on the extreme right, the mosquito net, that covers mustard plants and 2 different types of leafy greens, which Myra knows the name of and I've forgotten. Between that mosquito net and the large circular area, and just to the left of the sidewalk, beside the circular area of vegetables, is a cut-down lanzoni tree. It's growing back. And you can't really see it, but the house, bamboo house, is to the right of the background mosquito nets. Now just bring that a little bit more roof there. That's kind of pretty. Oh yeah, there. That's very pretty. And it's close enough to straight. I'm not going to jiggle the camera. Everything comes at its own angle in this place. Yeah, maybe. I'm not going to jiggle the camera, but I am going to move it just a bit. Okay. That's better. That's better. I don't have the proper head to do videos. The proper head would be one that as you turn it maintained it straight up and down. They are on a wish list if I get much better. So, we'll see what happens. Now, boy, it's kind of nice up here. And it's only 14 minutes in. I like it. but then I like most things in this yard. And as I tell anybody, if anybody's out there watching and say, boy, I'd like to have that, it's really quite simple. It's not hard to do. You have to pick up wherever you are, move to whichever tropical zone country you wish to live in. We're within 10 degrees of the equator. Find a piece of land, and for the next 20 years of your life, have fun creating and listening and learning and finding out what its potential is. Because this is very different than it used to be. That's all it takes. It's just a question of time and curiosity and the willingness to learn and finding the right people. And you too can do this. Or something like it, in your own fashion, in your own way. Which is taking me back to an unpleasant topic, but it's one that Myra and I were talking about this morning. Roe versus Wade, everybody's heard about the kerfuffle, or at least anybody that's got a news broadcast or a web connection has heard about that in America. And by the way, folks, I'm Canadian, my wife is a Pinoy. So we don't really have too much to say about that, but there you go. We have our opinions on it. And my bottom line is that I agree with a doctor who I heard interviewed when I was much, much younger. And the doctor was asked about abortion, and he was dead set against abortion. He said, I hate them. They go against my Hippocratic oath. They take life. They are everything I detest. And you would think that would make him anti-abortion. But then he came out with but. And that's such a marvelous word, but. He said there will be women who want or need an abortion. And those women need access to good medical facilities. They don't need to be criminalized. They don't need to go into back alleys and have people with coat hangers butcher them. They need to be able to walk into a hospital with dignity and the belief they will be treated properly and with the best of all care that we can give them, because they're my patient and they deserve that. He didn't agree with abortion, but if there were going to be abortions, he wanted them done in a hospital, and so do I. Now, Milady and I have differing opinions on what constitutes a legitimate abortion, and that's okay. This is not a black and white issue. This is an issue that covers the spectrum of gray from one end to the other, and there are an incredible number of gray shapes and shadows and textures in this discussion. There's a big kerfuffle about a 10-year-old girl down in America that was raped twice and became pregnant, and she had to leave the state she was in to receive the medical attention she needed. And I stress the word needed. Myra and I both agree this young girl needs to have an abortion. There is no way a 10-year-old girl should go through any more horror than she already has. And having a child at her age, in my opinion, and in my wife's opinion, would be a horrible thing to have happen. And she's had enough horrors. I know what rape and incest is like. And trust me, she's had enough in her life, and it's just started. And she doesn't need guilt over this abortion. She needs love and compassion and understanding. Now, if a young woman goes out one night and decides to have a sexual encounter, unprotected, if she's going to play, she might well be prepared to pay. I believe that's reasonable. On the other hand, if a 20-year-old woman goes out on a date and is fed drugs and gets raped, should she be forced to carry that child? I don't think so. That's a whole different ball of wax. A woman is in a committed relationship with one man, or even more than one man, but a committed relationship, they have such things, I'm told, and they have mutually agreed that they will not have children, and she becomes pregnant. Should they be open to an abortion, a legal abortion? Perhaps. Like I say, there are a lot of gray areas. Should it be the woman's choice? No, I don't think so. If a woman decides, with her own autonomy and her own rights, to enter into a relationship with a man, and it is a solid relationship and they are together, and it is the equivalent of marriage, and she gets pregnant, I don't think she's got the only say on whether or not that child is born. I think the husband slash lover slash live-in, whatever you want to call them, significant other, also has some say in the matter. Others would disagree with that. That's the way it is, because this is an area of gray. There are many very strongly opinionated people who are against abortion. And they go and do horrible things in front of abortion clinics to lay on guilt and terrorize the women that are going in there. And that's wrong. That's so wrong that the government in most states have said, you've got to stay back X distance or we'll arrest you. I don't like that. I think that's wrong to go and do that to women going to have an abortion. I do think, though, that if somebody who strongly is against abortion goes to a clinic and carries a sign that says, please don't, we can help you find options, and stands respectfully at a distance without laying guilt and abuse on the women, I think they've got a right to do that. And I think it's okay. There is an area of grayness there. It's a very complicated issue, folks. I am dead set against outlawing abortions with no exceptions.